Good afternoon and welcome to Twerton Park for this afternoon's National League South clash between Bath City and Dagenham and Redbridge. For City, the last 4 days will have been a welcome relief after their victory over Slough on Tuesday night. Narrow defeats, late penalties and uncharacteristic mistakes having been the order of the day for about the last month. Even Darren Way confessed in his post-match interview that the recent run of games has been his first real sticky patch as manager at this football club. If we go back to the start of November 2010, then while City were entertaining Altrincham at home, today's visitors were playing a League One game against Southampton in front of 20,000 fans at St Mary's. Southampton went on that season to gain promotion, Dagenham relegation. 15 years later, they're here. It's a testament to how things can change in football. It's not often an ex-England player graces the Twerton turf, but just as the Daggers were preparing to play Southampton prior to their plummet through the leagues, then so Andy Carroll was preparing to play his first game for England, a match against France on November the 17th of that year. Perhaps it's appropriate then that we should have a Carroll in our lead up to Christmas. However, come 5 o'clock, let's just hope it's City that are celebrating tidings of comfort and joy. In equally festive spirit, alongside myself, Andrew Kerslake, I have Ethan Scott with me.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Here we go then. An afternoon where Bath City would love to get 3 points. And here we go, we're underway. The ball is thumped long. Greenslade loses his initial header. It's Batten, who then knocks it to Tilson, who flicks it out of play for a throw-in. And the ball's brought forward by 𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗛𝗧𝗦, carrying it nicely here against Russ. Will he get a cross in? Still looking, he cuts back and then tries to deliver a cross, blocked by Russ. It might fall again. It does. He tries to get through both with Beardmore and Russ. He does get the ball into the area, flicked away by Batten. Harrick going up, he controls the ball. There's a poor switch of play and Ash is onto it on this near side for the Romans, and that's a foul surely. So another option for Joe Rains to hit the box. That was flipped by Tabor, back to Rains. Nice little ball to Will Jenkins-Davies. He's inside the area, right on the edge of it. Swivels, then crosses a ball. It's a good-looking cross, headed away. It's the loose ball was fell to Ash, who's actually collided. It's Jack Batten collided with, not sure who's on the deck there for the travelling side, but a free kick given. Nice little movement from Will Jenkins-Davies. He's picked out by Greenslade in a fearsome volley, just wide of the near post. I think Cal's had it covered, but encouraging from the Romans.
Very much so. Just created that little half a yard of space there to get that shot in, probably about a yard wide of the post.
Ball nicely forced for Ash, who mops it up. He goes back for Rains. Thought about chipping it down the line, didn't. Ball with Bath City on the right-hand side again. It was a poor ball from Rains, but the stop from Sidwell forced to Beardmore, carrying forward here, about 25 yards from goal, slips it in for Ash into the area. There's a good tackle in there. Second ball falls to Panther, who looks for Wilson. Good win in the air from Tomlinson. Ross knocks it to Rains, who looks long, and Ash has made a really good, intelligent run of Graham. And the ball hasn't gone out, and the referee gives a free kick. It looked a little bit soft to me. He gets away with one there, Graham, because he didn't see Ash on his blind side. A chance to swing the ball in for the from the left-hand side. Sidwell's delivery. It's a good header from Graham toward the back post. There's a vital flick over the bar by someone in black and white. He plays a lovely ball up to Wilson, flicks it for Carroll. Great footwork from Andy Carroll just inside his own half, and it's swept by Sidwell to 𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗛𝗧𝗏, up the line for Dieng. A lovely little flick inside for 𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗛𝗏. This is nice from Dagenham Redbridge. 𝗛𝗛𝗛𝗏 strikes. Harvey Wells-Richards catches.
Yeah, straight at Harvey Wells-Richards. And from the distance that was, about 22 yards out, easy for Richards to collect.
Harvey Wells-Richards happy to have this one with his feet. Looks to find Greenslade on the diagonal. Greenslade wins a header. Here is Tabor, controls well, back in for Greenslade in the edge of the area, bursts into the area. No foul, Greenslade forced wide, and then his shot blocked behind for a corner.
Yeah, good move by City there, and you do wonder whether perhaps they've been playing Dagenham a little bit too much respect so far.
Both hands raised. Delivers a ball, it's looped in toward the goalkeeper, who got a punch on it. Every target is in the area. Tomlinson gets a flick. Will Jenkins-Davies on the edge. Was he fouled there? Yes, he was. Lawless can't believe he's given it, but this is a really good opportunity for Bath City. Will Jenkins-Davies draws the foul on the edge of the area. Will Jenkins-Davies up to the ball, over the wall, over the bar.
He got the loop, but not the dip.
𝗛𝗚𝗛 chucks the ball nicely for Lawless down the line. He made a nice run. It's back to 𝗛𝗚𝗛. Greenslade right in his face. 𝗛𝗚𝗛 shifts the ball onto his left foot, gets a cross into Carroll, who won the knockdown, but the header is wide.
Well, Carroll was coming in at that ball regardless of who was in his way.
You've got to give credit to Tomlinson. He made that really difficult for Carroll to get a proper connection on it. That's toward Carroll. Gets a glancing header, Batten very comfortable with the ball, then pokes it. Oh, it's Tomlinson that falls off, and it's Andy Carroll for on goal. Looked about, oh, he's missed it. He's put it wide, I can't believe it. He clipped it over Harvey Wells-Richards. Here's the wrong side of the post as far as Dagenham and Redbridge are concerned. That's a let-off.
35 million. Well, he was through on goal. Tomlinson had made that mistake, and I think both of us would have confidently expected him to score there.
Chips a nice ball toward Ash. It was won in the air by Panther. 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗚 uses his body well. Lawless out for 𝗛𝗛𝗚 on the left-hand side. 𝗛𝗛𝗚 looking to take on Reigns. He's into the area on the far side. Shifts it back into his right foot, and the shot is disappointing again. The hosts can put themselves ahead here. Will Jenkins-Davies delivers his corner. Again, a sea of players, but it evades everyone. Sidwell messes his clearance up. Falls to Beardmore on the left-hand side. He also lost his footing a little bit, but picked it up and then gets a cross in. Flicked on by Tabor. And then the effort is over the bar from Brad Ash. But Beardmore kept it alive, delivered a good cross. A lovely little flip round the corner from Wilson. Carroll plays a nice ball out for 𝗛𝗚𝗚 on the left-hand side. Heavy touch. Reigns out to meet him. Reigns wins it. And a turnover in possession on the halfway line. Reigns carrying forward. 𝗛𝗚𝗚 chasing. Reigns chops and just slows it down. Will Jenkins-Davies, he's done really well there, Joe Reigns. As Russ has the ball and goes back to Tilson. Just keeping the possession. Tilson sweeping it for Reigns. Couldn't win the header against Panther. 𝗛𝗚𝗚, that is better from Sidwell in a tight space, but he gives it away again. It's Tabor on the edge of the area, lining up a shot. That is wide. But Sidwell just struggling in the middle of the park as we approach half-time.
Now, I think Tabor there was looking to wrap his foot round it, but didn't manage to do so. So the ball just went in a straight line and well wide of the Dagenham goal.
𝗛𝗚𝗚, infield run, gets a cross and stabs it toward Wilson. It falls to him. And again, good defending from Tomlinson in there. Looked like it just fell kindly for Wilson for a second.
Yeah, he just smothered the ball, and in doing so, it's gone out for a corner.
He goes short with this one to Sidwell. Back for Corey Panther. Digs out a cross with his left boot, flicked away by Tilson, and there's the half-time whistle. Bath City and Dagenham and Redbridge 0-0 at the break. It feels like Bath City started better, but ever since probably the half-an-hour mark, the visitors have found another gear. But both managers will be fairly happy. They've dealt with well. Reigns throws for Will Jenkins-Davies, twists and finds Tilson about 35 yards from goal. Tilson carrying the ball forward nicely. A lovely ball through the gap. It is Beardmore striking the ball low across the face of goal. And it's put behind for a corner for the Romans.
Yeah, Dagenham did well to defend that. Good cross from Beardmore. It'll be City's fourth corner of the game.
Jenkins-Davies corner. That is flicked up, and it's still bouncing around. No one really knows what's going on in there. The loose ball falls to Will Jenkins-Davies, who rattles it. And the referee's given a goal kick, but for about 5 or 6 seconds, lost the ball in a sea of bodies.
I think it was only the plethora of people in the box that actually stopped that ball going into the net. There was just so many players in that penalty area. 53
minutes of ball, it's looped in. Batten got the original header, and then Greenslade pokes it further out. 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗚𝗛 gets another bite of the cherry. And that almost worried Harvey Wells-Richards, who just made sure it wasn't flying into the back of his own net. Is over. Jordan Alves just coming back toward the bench. Well, that's a sign he might be introduced soon. 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗚𝗛, Wilson on the spin, looking to shoot. That was blocked, and then thumped clear by Beardmore, who's sitting a little bit deeper inside the second half. And Tilson's gone down again, just inside his own area. Again, really does not look good, this one.
And a good round of applause for Jordan Tilson.
He's being replaced by number 22, Matt Bowman.
1,256 the attendance here at Twerton Park this afternoon.
Captain 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗚𝗛 One ahead of it, it fell to Rains, and then Tabor goes down the line toward Ash. Could get there against Graham, doesn't, but blocks the attempted clearance of Graham. He's down. Brad Ash does really well with his body. Then a lovely flick for Russ, excellent from Brad Ash. Russ, early cross toward Beardmore. Awkward header for Harrick, who dealt with it quite well, and it's cleared up to Wilson. Again, Bath City looking to create on the left-hand side. Greenslade looks for Russ, who made a really intelligent run into the area. He does chest the ball down, then sends it back to Will Jenkins-Davies, looking to drive with it on the left-hand side. Cross goes in, Graham clear as far as Russ, who sends the shot over the bar. But encouraging from Downway's side.
Yeah, needed to keep that ball down a little bit. He limped back, Russ, just as he hit that, and high and wide over the crossbar.
That's what you get. Tabor can play left, can play right, can play through the middle. His diagonal runs causing problems. If the loose ball falls to Will Jenkins-Davies, that would have been special. In fact, he runs out, he doesn't even run out for a throw, and it looks like he's going to stay in. Beardmore prevented the throw and puts it out for a goal kick. Owen Windsor, he's got a good half an hour here to make his mark. Bowman picks it up. For Rains on this near right-hand side. Switches it for Greenslade. Good pressure this from the Romans. Beardmore looking to find a cross. Instead goes nice and short for Windsor. Never sat for him. Finds Rains, and he goes for Greenslade again. Nice switch of play. Greenslade first time ball for Beardmore into the area. Pulls a lovely cut back for Will Jenkins-Davies, who his effort is high. And over the crossbar.
A lovely move by City, and Jenkins-Davies should have made more of that. He was in space, he had time to stop the ball. He swung at it first time and over the crossbar, but that's probably been City's best move of the afternoon. 5 or 6 players involved in that, and really nice ball into the area.
Had 2 spells at Dagenham and Redbridge. As the ball finds Hemmings, and he looks for Scott. And his cross is met by Wiles Richards. Rashon Scott, middle name Rivaldo. If that's a sign. Number 7, he's looking quick out there already, as Wiles Richards gives himself an extra few yards, rolling the ball out, looking long for Tabor. Met by Panther, the loose ball picked up by Russ, feeds it to Tabor again, about 35 yards from goal. Russ looking to shape a bit of space to shoot, instead feeds it to Jenkins-Davies on the edge of the box. Back for Russ, inside the area, swings a ball in, and Graham sticks a leg out. That's gone out for a corner though. The keeper couldn't keep it in play. Will Jenkins-Davies this time. And it's a really good delivery. Acrobatic in there from Rains. It's still bouncing, punched away. Tomlinson tried to put it back in. The referee puts his hand up and signals offside.
Yeah, one-handed save for the keeper though, in that melee in the area.
Looking threatening at every single set piece. There is a man down in yellow, rolling around in some discomfort.
Jordan Alvis about to come on to replace Danny Greenslade.
Well, considering Greenslade is just back from injury, he's put in a hell of a shift. But with Alves coming on, could that be signs of the pack reshuffling slightly?
Maidstone Chippenham is still at 3-0. Worthing there, 3-0 up against Hemel Hempstead.
That looks a foul. The referee doesn't give it. Not sure what he didn't see there, but the ball goes in toward Hemmings. Tomlinson gets a good head on it. Ball out to Haig. 15 looking to shoot. Good from Rains. Clipped up for Windsor, and Tabor's gone ahead of him, and Windsor just past the halfway line now. He passes it short with Jenkins-Davies. It's the wrong pass, really. Jenkins-Davies with a pair on his back. He thought he was fouled, nothing given. As it goes to Hemmings, who keeps it in well on the right-hand side for the visitors, who looks long toward the back post for Carroll, who, what a flick that was across the face of goal from Carroll. Stays in with Hemmings. Somehow no one was on the end of it. Ball in from Hemmings, falls to Scott, blocked before it could travel by Alves. Another chance then, struck by Sidwell, loads of deflections, and it sends it wide for a corner. Tomlinson with the last touch on it.
It was all hands to the pump there for a moment in the City defence. Just 11 minutes to go here at Twerton Park. City won't want to concede a late goal.
Panthers delivery. Looping was Richards, looked to punch, flattened it. Carroll had a half chance, smashed away by Will Jenkins-Davies. And the loose ball could fall kindly for Tabor. It did. He flicks it toward Jenkins-Davies, not going to get there. Put back toward Carroll. Bowman brought him over. Carroll carries on. Excellent. And it's really good defending from Bath City. He's been very committed across the back line as well. He sends a nice looking ball in. It's Tomlinson who won the first header, still bouncing around. A half shot from, I think it was Scott maybe. It wasn't. It's had a Rougio instead, I think. It's a nice ball for Jenkins-Davies, but it's a bit of a loopy cross from him. Haig, powerful running from him from that far right-hand side on the edge of the box. Goes for Carroll, slightly in front of him. Carroll looking to clip the ball in, did. Excellent touch in there, but the flag's up. Dieng just got a touch on it, maybe even Hemmings. Long by Panther. Tomlinson got a flip, but it wasn't away from goal. Hemmings just tried to twist, but couldn't. Falls to Haig, and Beardmore tracked him all the way, thrown on the far side this time. Hunter delivers. Flicked on by Carroll, and somehow...
No, it must have come off a City player as well.
In swinging, on top of a halfway yards Richards, who punches through a sea of bodies. Alves can't clear. Windsor can't. With Will Jacobs-Davies, in fact. It's been pumped back up by Harrock. Toward Carroll, chests it down, but there's Russ. Picks the loose ball up and sends it nicely for Beardmore.
Yeah,
Tabor's
sensible
down the line.
from Russ there.
Finds Tabor. Just slows it down, goes back to range inside his own half. The switch is on for Bowman. Carroll applying the press. Bowman hasn't got long here. 2 touches and a sliding challenge. The play goes on as 6 minutes are added. Bowman really good. Alves driving at his opposite number, Panther. Alves cutting inside. Dieng got a toe on it, but the ball falls to now Windsor. On the right, looks to hook a cross in. Decent cross toward Tabor, away it goes. Beardmore picks the ball up again. Windsor looking to just weave his way beyond a very, very disciplined Dagenham and Redbridge defence. Bowman, 40 yards from goal in the middle of the field. He's playing an extra body in the midfield as Ross plays a lovely switch out to Tabor. Looks to take his man, and that's an awful challenge from Harrock. Tabor sold him. There's no way a card's not coming out here for Harrock.
Well, referee reaches into his back pocket, and it is a yellow coming out.
The first of the game as well comes right at the end, as we're into the 6 minutes of added time at the end of the second half. Runs up, not into the wall, but the man stood a few yards beside it and gets a good header on it away. Beardmore, that's another foul. The referee gives another free kick.
4 more minutes of stoppage time remain. City would love to get a goal now.
Rain sends it in. Alves was near it, so was Bowman. It was flicked away. Alves for Batten. Controls well, sends it for Bowman, who plays a nice ball down for the line for Jordan Alves. Alves into the area. Great challenge in there from Sidwell, sliding in.
Down way, bellowing out instructions
Alves corner. Batten flicks, but wide of the mark.
Yeah, he knew he could have done better with that, Jack Batten.
I think he was trying to glance it, but the contact comes straight off his forehead.
That defence is held strong, and I think particularly it's his work against Carroll that he's got that for.
Darren Way screaming to press there, but a loose ball falls for Haig to get a ball into the box. The corner's been given. Looks to put it right on top of the goalkeeper. It's flicked on and wide. And another huge let-off for the Romans.
Yep.
I think that was all the indication we needed. The referee puts whistle to mouth and signals the end of the game. And the end of the game, which means that Bath City and Dagenham and Redbridge draw 0-0, which means Dagenham and Redbridge, half of their away games have finished goalless, and they have just kept the Romans really quiet, so barely any real chances.
But I think you can see why that is from this afternoon's performance. That defence is well drilled and well marshalled. It's the midfield and attack for them that I think is the problem. And as we've said several times this afternoon, Andy Carroll's a huge benefit because he's able to control the ball really well. But you just get this sense that they don't know how to play around him, and they don't pick up the knockoffs. And 2 or 3 of the midfield balls, they've lost one-on-one contests with Bath City players, which you wouldn't expect them to do. And also, I thought Donovan Wilson, I expected more from him. He was electric when he played here at City. He doesn't look still to have that pace any longer. And also, they weren't feeding the ball through to him very well.
Absolutely. I think defence takes full victory at this game. Both sides' defence were really, really strong in there. Obviously, Tomlinson winning man of the match for us this afternoon. Andy Carroll and Wilson, and then Hemmings when he came on, were literally reduced to nothing.
And with these matches coming thick and fast, I think Darren Way would have looked at the Slough game in this game and would have felt 4 points from those 2 fixtures is a reasonable reward. Keeps them well clear of the play at the bottom, And at the moment, all the City players going over to applaud the fans over on the Poplar side. And for me, I thought it was a good City performance. I thought up front they looked to have some of that hesitancy that they've had before. And for a time, Tabor and Ash got a little bit isolated in the game. And maybe that's the difference between Beardmore offers you something more solid, but a little less varied than Jordan Elvis offers you. It'll be interesting to see whether Elvis comes back into the side for the midweek game on Tuesday night. No, well, thank you very much for being with us this afternoon. It ended here goalless at Twerton Park, but another point for Bath City. They'll be relatively pleased with those 4 points in those two games, and we move on to the Tuesday night fixture here at home to Tunbridge. Thank you very much for being with us this afternoon. We look forward to you joining us once again. Have a good weekend.